Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us and tuning in to the 2024 Starkville Christmas Parade presented by Reed's.
We want to thank First United Methodist Church for also live streaming tonight's production on Channel 5 WOBV. And if you haven't already, download the MSU TV app where you can watch all the latest MSU TV shows and more.
We are so excited. I am Andrea Self.
And I'm Jeffrey Rupp, and we are here tonight at the newly renovated hub. A very special thank you to the Mississippi State University Research and Technology Corporation and the Office of Research and Economic Development for allowing us to be here tonight and for what they have done to make this space so perfect for downtown.
Well, Jeffrey, this is one of the coldest parades on record here in downtown Starkville in recent years. So we're here outside freezing. Where are our judges? They're upstairs in the warmth of the building watching the parade from up there.
Yeah, you can hear it coming down the street. And I see the lights are flashing. Hopefully they're not coming for me or Bill Gamble.
Well, hopefully not. He's tucked away at home, Bill. All right, be sure to follow and like the Starkville, Mississippi's College Town Facebook. Follow them on X and the Instagram pages to learn who the winners will be after tonight's production.
And this production would not be possible, this whole parade, without the generous support of Reed's. And joining us now, Bo Summerford, the president of Reed's. Bo, fantastic. See, Merry Christmas. You're
Merry
the first
Christmas.
person I've said that
you guys too. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the atmosphere out here downtown Starkville, right in front of your building, too.
I know, it's the perfect weather for a Christmas parade, too. They couldn't ask for a better night. Cold, but not frigid, so that's great.
Absolutely.
Well, when you think about Reed's, you think about, cool, great clothes, and but if you also think about the Reed's family and their connection to Tupelo, how involved they've always been in the community.
Right.
You seem to be continuing that here in Starkville. Why is that important to you?
Just because, like you said, the Reed family has just always put an emphasis on what, the community and what it does for the atmosphere of the town. And Mr. Reed always said, what's good for the community is good for the store. And I believe that wholeheartedly because, if you're in a better town, you have better sales and you have, better patrons and things like that. So it's just community involvement is such a big deal to me and to the Reed family.
Speaking of better sales, you're coming off of a pretty big weekend,
That's right.
Black Friday.
I'm still recuperating, don't worry.
A small business Saturday.
That's
Talk
right.
about how things are going with Christmas shopping season.
It's great. We have a store full of great merchandise, but we did, like you said, we had a great weekend here in Starkville, and everybody that I've talked to downtown has as well. It's a fun time. We work all year for this time, and it's really, really good. So.
Well, we can't thank you enough. Is there your favorite part of the parade? Do you have one?
No, I really don't. Really seeing all the kids' faces light up, that's really the best thing for me.
All right, well, they should be ready to start lighting up now the police escort. And there we go, the official start of the parade.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you guys so much.
And thank you again for sponsoring.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Bo. Merry Christmas to you. And we start off with the Starkville High School Junior ROTC bringing the banner of Christmas down Main Street in Starkville. This is we always have the Starkville High School Junior ROTC carrying that banner on.
That's right. And this is a disciplined group of young people. They're here tonight in the parade, but you'll see them at many events throughout the year here in Starkville, leading, posting the colors and participating in other events like that. So.
And you're right. They always they mean business when they're out there. They're
absolutely
so like a well-oiled machine when they present the colors. It always adds to the event and reminds you of your patriotism.
Absolutely. And a lot of these young people will go on then to maybe join the armed forces from the foundation that they get there at Starkville High School through that JROTC program. So it's a wonderful foundation to teach them about patriotism, leadership, citizenship, all those good things.
Well, what you're looking at really is the next generation of leadership for our country. Right?
Absolutely.
So we wish them the best.
They look great. They don't look like they're cold at all. That's a part of being disciplined. You can't let the elements rule you at all in these situations.
Well, another reason why, just one of many why I wasn't part of the ROTC program was the discipline. So.
Takes a little bit of discipline to do it.
Yeah, well, a good way to start the parade. It looks like we have a fantastic crowd lining the streets.
There were people that got here, I would say, Jeffrey, a little after 5 o'clock who were staking their spots out because they wanted to make sure that they had a good spot to see all of the entries tonight.
Well, and I know your daughter's a little older. Mine are both in their 20s now, but I remember when we load them up when they were 6, 7 years old, and the
sure.
fascination they had
Yes.
with the parade.
And really, let's just be honest, the star of the parade who they want to see comes at the end. But this is the first star of the parade.
That's right, good timing.
This gentleman right here, who is serving as the Grand Marshal of the 2024 parade, Roy Oswald, is being driven today by Parker Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. He is our 2024 Grand Marshal. He has made his home in Starkville. You may have tried his downtown restaurant, 44 Prime, the best steak in town.
Yes, it is. And he has, you know, this is a famous major league pitcher. He could have settled anywhere, and yet he comes back to Mississippi and starts giving back to the community. So a fitting Grand Marshal for this year.
And we're excited. We're going to get to talk to him a little bit later about being here in the community in Starkville, having a business here, and just, you know, being a part of this community.
Yeah, and maybe he brought a doggy bag of steaks.
That would be nice. We can put it in order at least, right?
That's right. You can always put it on your list. Well, speaking of famous, how about the MSU Famous Maroon Band? One of the stars of the show. The MSU Famous Maroon Band is one of the oldest and most traditional bands in the Southeast, and they are beloved not just in the state of Mississippi.
That's exactly right. This group is 400 plus strong, Jeffrey.
Wow.
And they really come from all over the state of Mississippi, really all over the country. And listen to that sound.
Well, that's a good idea. Let's give them a listen.
Let's do it. They sound amazing.
They always sound amazing, and really put you in the Christmas spirit.
Absolutely. I wanted to sing along. I mean, I'm just always prone to want to sing.
Well, if I could sing like you, I would feel that way as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the famous Maroon Band from Mississippi State University now in the Starkville Christmas Parade.
And these really are some of the best ambassadors we have for the state of Mississippi. They travel all over. They're respected for their musicianship and their precision. Great shot of Main Street downtown. So that looks beautiful.
A lot of young people in this band make the decision to come to Mississippi State because they want to be in the famous Maroon Band.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, coming up behind the famous Maroon Band in the Mississippi State Trolley, we've got Phelps Dumas. She is the reigning Miss Yellow Jacket. And it looks like she's got some company in there with her.
I'm not sure if that's the official bulldog or if that's just a darn good-looking bulldog.
Darn good-looking bulldog.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to them.
Boy, that doesn't say Christmas. I don't know what does. That's a great shot of downtown Starkville.
Oh, here comes our city leadership. Now we'll start from my left. So that would be Kim Moreland, Ward 1 Alderman, and there's Henry Vaughn, Ward 7. There's the mayor is running in place, and now she's moonwalking. The mayor is moonwalking. I see Mike Brooks, Ward 3 Alderman, and it looks like Alderman Sistrunk there in the red jacket.
And our TV audience who may not know, but most of you probably do, I'm sitting next to an alderman as well, so you didn't have to walk the parade tonight.
That's right. Yes, I got out of having to walk because I got to do this with you. And there's the City of Starkville Fire Department. These guys take their jobs very, very seriously. Well trained. We're lucky to have them.
Absolutely. On a night like tonight, these guys get to let the citizens that they serve sort of see them up close and personal out of their normal element. So this is fun for them to do this.
Yeah, well, and I know the ladies in the audience always like to check out the firemen. I don't know what it is, but it's actually a nice looking fire truck, too.
Very good looking fire truck. We love the maroon and white. All right, coming up next here, we've got Starkville Parks and Recreation Department. This group has a ton to celebrate this year after a full year of Cornerstone Sports Complex. Here's a fun fact. Starkville, did you know this, is the official birthplace of T-ball?
I did not know that, but I know that Cornerstone Park has really been transformational for the community, and it's great bringing in lots of, literally thousands of visitors every year.
Absolutely, and I think we're only going to continue to see that grow as more and more visitors come, and we'll see businesses growing out that way. So a wonderful addition to our community. And
there's a nice group of future sluggers.
Looks like it.
And now we've got the Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors. Now, the Board of Supervisors, that's the chief policy-making and administrative body of the county. So each of the 5 districts elects a supervisor, and they serve a 4-year term. And while each supervisor may handle some administrative duties in his or her district, together the members set the policy for the county. And while each supervisor represents his or her district, all of the members are expected to look after the good of the entire county as a whole. And by the way, the city is part of the county.
That's right.
So in addition to road construction and maintenance, the board can also set traffic regulations for the county roads, budgeting, the authority to tax accompany their responsibilities, and they oversee the business of the county, and the fiscal management must comply with established purchasing and administrative laws and regulations to keep the county operating smoothly. Your supervisors are Ben Carver, Orlando Traynor, Marvell Howard, Patty Little, and Joe Williams.
Important job those guys have. Coming in right behind them is the Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department. I think they've got about 3 vehicles in the parade tonight. The mission of the Sheriff's Department is to provide fair, honest, impartial, and professional public service to all citizens of Oktibbeha County. They will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the laws of the state of Mississippi. The Sheriff's Office will operate in a compassionate, courteous, and patient manner with integrity and loyalty to all of the citizens of Oktibbeha County. And they say they want to provide a safe community where citizens will enjoy living and remain here to live, work, and raise their families. The sheriff of the great Oktibbeha County is Shank Phelps. So there's Shank Phelps along with some of the other members of the department. Appreciate all that they do.
And well followed up by the Oktibbeha County Volunteer Fire Department. The county fire department is comprised of 5 rural fire districts plus the towns of Mabin and Sturgis. They offer fire protection, rescue, emergency medical services to residents, businesses, and visitors of the county. The fire coordinators, Patrick Warner. Merry Christmas, guys.
Really, one of the cool things about them, they absolutely do volunteer their time, so they're not paid. So, you know, we really appreciate the work that they do. Coming up next, the Oktibbeha County Emergency Management Agency. There is a state comprehensive emergency management plan for dealing with natural and man-made disasters and civil disorder. As part of that plan, each county must have a coordinated effort for dealing with emergency situations, beginning within the borders of the county and then in cooperation with other counties. As part of that plan, the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency, commonly known as MEMA, we hear often, conducts preparedness, training, and exercise programs for local emergency management agencies, directors, and their staff. Our EMA director here in Oktibbeha County, Kristen Campanella.
I've worked with her. She's a rock star. Here are our Justice Court judges. We've got William Tony Boykin Jr., Lawrence E. Carpenter, and Charles Marty Hay.
Not really the guys you want to see on a regular basis, but we appreciate the work that they do.
They look like they recognized you.
I don't think so. All right, coming up next is the family, the WCBI weather team there on the back of that black pickup truck, led by our chief meteorologist, Isaac Williams. Isaac, who, of course, has a master's degree from the broadcast meteorology program at Mississippi State. He's got the rest of the crew there with him, Belle, Charlie, McKinley, and Sadie. All of them are MSU students. You'll see them all from time to time.
KMG Creation specializes in dance, creative movements for young children, choreography productions, and small fitness classes for adults. And tonight, KMG's proudly represented with the owner and executive director, Kayla Marie Gilmore. She's a professional dancer, choreographer, producer, and beat poet who works with musical artists reaching all the way to Grammy Award-winning musicians.
All right, coming up next is Griffin United Methodist Church Children and Youth Ministry. Griffin Chapel United Methodist Church is the oldest African-American church here in the city of Starkville, 157 years old. A special thing that Griffin is doing this year, they have an angel tree, but it is specifically for teenagers. Those angels are this year.
And Starkville Christian School cheerleaders coming up next. Now, the Starkville Christian School cheerleading program was started in 2022. The varsity squad's made up of 6th to 12th graders, and it's open to all girls, no tryouts required. They currently cheer at all home varsity girls and boys basketball games. They're coached by Jamie Carver, Rachel Wall, and Julie White.
All right, coming up next is Four County Fastnet. Now, what we love about Four County Fastnet, these guys are putting internet all over the county throughout their service area, and so great to see them lighting up things tonight in the parade.
Yeah, speaking of lighting up, here we are at Board Town Dance. They are proud to include dancers of all ages, from the youngest at 2 to the oldest in her 60s. Good golly, there's a place for everyone,
Everybody.
folks. Yeah.
I wish they would get off and dance for us. They've got a large crowd there.
They do. Yeah, it'd be nice to see.
Yeah, they've got a few in the back.
Well, they might break out into dance. They look like they're poised. Oh,
they are. We may get a performance. Stand by. Or just the dance walk.
Well, sometimes. No,
there we go. There we go.
Now that does remind me of Bill Gamble.
He prances a bit, doesn't he? All right, coming up behind them, it's Baptist Urgent Care, formerly known as the Urgent Team. It's been part of the Starkville community for more than a decade. They strive to give friendly, caring, and compassionate service to the patients. Baptist Urgent Care offers a variety of services, including x-ray, work-related testing. They're open Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
The Starkville Academy Volunteer Band started in 1972. Today, the band program's comprised of 75 members in the high school and elementary bands. The SA Band also includes smaller ensembles such as jazz band, woodwind ensemble, and brass ensemble.
I have to say, one of my favorite parts of any parade is going to be the bands. I love to hear the sounds of the season.
Yeah, it looks like they're followed up by some cheerleaders.
Yes.
The Starkville Academy JV cheerleading.
All right, and following that, Starkville Academy Homecoming Queen. This is Abby Winston. She's the 2024 Starkville Academy Homecoming Queen, the daughter of Russell and Amy Winston. She's a member of the Anchor Club, the Better Together Club, and SA Student Ambassadors. She's been a member of the Starkville Academy soccer and track teams for the past 6 years and is a new member of the Starkville Academy cheer and tennis team. She's a member of Pine Lake Church in Starkville.
Well, and speaking of cheerleaders, this is the Starkville Academy varsity cheerleaders. They look like they are bundled up, but still showing that SA spirit.
That's right. And the young ladies that we saw ahead of them, the junior varsity, they can't wait to get there to be varsity. All right, Cub Scout Pack 45 coming up next here from Starkville, part of the Natchez Trace Council, the Pushmataha District. The pack is chartered by Team Holton Home Care and meets Monday nights at 6 during the school year in the gym of First United Methodist Church. Pack 45 is open to boys and girls, kindergarten through 5th grade, and they're always looking to grow. That's a great looking group there.
Well, it was an important part of my childhood getting into the Cub Scouts. It really was.
We talked about a lot about leadership with that JRTC group. You learn a lot of leadership here too.
Absolutely.
All right, people don't look too bundled up. I think they're doing okay.
Look at this. We've got the Village Cycle Center, established in 1979 by Carl and the late Paula Ivy of Starkville. The Power Sports dealership has grown from a small building to a large selection of sales, parts, and service over the last 45 years. Gosh, that's a long time.
Yes, indeed. Glad to have them as part of the city of Starkville in the business community.
Yeah, and it's not just motorcycles anymore, right?
Yeah, lots of stuff out there. All right, Mississippi Sluggers are coming up next, the Kings of Baseball. These young athletes hail from Starkville and Louisville. They represent teams in the 9U Single A, 9U Double A, and 10U Single A divisions. The Sluggers play with heart and hustle. They have an unstoppable team spirit, competing in tournaments all across Mississippi. Riding on their King of Baseball float, they're showing off their love for America's pastime and their dedication to the game. The Starkville Sluggers, or Mississippi Sluggers.
And there's Starkville Miss Hospitality, Kate Nobles. Now, Catherine Nobles is a freshman at Mississippi State, working toward a degree in kinesiology. She's involved in Maroon VIP, Chi Omega sorority, a member of Starkville First Baptist Church, and she's proud to have represented Starkville in this July in the state competition.
And look who's coming up next. It's the cow.
Yes.
The Chick-fil-A cow.
I've got a beef with that guy.
Listen, we were talking earlier about the great community partners that our friends, the Rogers, are here in Starkville.
Yeah.
So great to have them in the parade tonight.
They are a real asset to the community, not just because they have great chicken sandwiches and peach shakes in the summer.
All right, so things are going well so far. We've got a great crowd. Look at both sides of Main Street.
Look at that. What a great shot. A shout out. I hate to do this to David Garraway and his crew, but what a fantastic, look, have you ever seen
Absolutely.
a Starkville Christmas parade like this? Folks, it is fantastic. If that does not get you into Christmas spirit, I don't know what does. Seriously, that's just fantastic.
And when you ride through downtown and you see the decorations went up really right after Halloween, because quickly after that it's Christmas open house that happens early November. So we get to enjoy this until about the 1st of January. So
yeah, and it's well, we have a relatively new tree down at the end of Main Street.
Yes.
Now next year I'm not sure about the Christmas parade because they're redoing all of downtown, and when it's finished, it is going to be transformational, I feel.
So some just different configurations.
Yes. And
all right,
the
let's
city
get
might
back
have
to the parade.
yeah, well, we might have to borrow some money from these folks. First, Franklin Financial. They are known as the Franklin Friendly Folks, so stop by and see them for some extra Christmas money you might need. I wonder if they could reach us from here, if they could just throw out a couple of bundles
exactly
our way.
what are they throwing? I need to know.
Well, we're happy to have them in the parade and as part of
Absolutely.
the community.
This is one of the times of year we're moving to the beginning of the year. People are thinking finances. All right, next we got the Tupelo Football Club. It is a competitive soccer club for children ages 9 to 17. They practice every Tuesday and Thursday in the fall and spring with monthly tournaments, as well as participation in the Tupelo Developmental League games. You can get more information on joining the Tupelo Football Club Starkville by visiting TupeloFC.org, or you can reach out to Coach Evan Watson. The Tupelo Football Club Starkville edition.
Well, I hear drums, and that means there must be a band,
There's a band
coming down the street behind the football club. It looks like the East Mississippi Community College Lions Band. Here they come, the East Mississippi Lions Band. Proud to have them represented.
Absolutely. They made the trip from Scuba.
Yeah,
That's
well,
great.
It's great to have them here, and hopefully they will break into a tune here, and we'll get a chance to listen to them.
Yeah.
They look sharp.
They do. They look great. Let's listen in.
Yeah.
Good. All right, coming up next, the Starkville Cowboys. Hopefully they're doing better than the Dallas Cowboys. The Starkville Cowboys have been here for more than 18 years and more. With our organization, they build children's future to help them as they prepare for the upcoming school year in football. A lot of those hopes and dreams start right out there with Pee Wee football.
Well, you talk about preparing kids for the future. Next up, we've got Girl Scout Troop 23194. This troop started by 4 young women of Starkville. They're a multi-level troop, and they love learning, camping, and helping our community. And again, you know, as elected officials, we can keep the lights on, pick up the trash, and take care of the barking dogs, but the real pillars of the community are the churches and the organizations like the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts that really help mold the next generation of leaders.
Absolutely. I love that they made a float. They feel proud
Yeah,
when they
they
make
look
those
good.
floats and get to walk with them. Here are the, so those are
were
all
more
the cowboys.
That's a lot of cowboys.
Oh, wow. Now we've got the Girl Scout troop here coming.
One again, started by 4 young women in Starkville, and this is a multi-level troop, and they heavily involved in the community. And let me just say, I love their cookies, but particularly the thin mints. In case you're wondering, the serving size of a box of mints is the number of cookies in the box.
All right, coming up next is Wade Incorporated. Every year, Wade helps Santa find the perfect John Deere tractor and toys for all the good boys and girls, so Jeffrey's not on that list. His new and improved Gator sleigh can make it to the most remote spots thanks to the 4WD option. Rudolph and the John Deere reindeer are prepping for takeoff, and the Wade elves are busy loading down the sleighs with lots of presents and goodies. When it comes to Santa's big run, nothing runs like a deer.
Like a reindeer. Like a reindeer.
Love that.
And now we have the Assembly Starkville, located at 218 Louisville Street. Now, they've served the Starkville community now for over 60 years. However, within the past year, this church has more than tripled in size, making it one of the fastest growing churches in Mississippi. If you're not currently plugged into a church community, they would love to have you visit.
All right, coming up next, Yokohama Tire Manufacturing, which of course is based in West Point. Hard to believe, but 10 years ago, on October 5th of 2015, the plant officially opened, and they've been rolling ever since. As part of the observance of the 10th anniversary, Yokohama Tire will host a media event at the factory. The editors from the leading tire and commercial truck trades will be in attendance, as well as local media. They're in West Point, but we feel like they're a part of all of our communities because lots of people from Starkville work over there.
Well, absolutely. Look, when you think Christmas, you think kiddos. But let me tell you, Christmas is for children of all ages.
Yes.
Very happy to have the Goldton at Adelaide, the premier independent living, assisted living and memory care community here in Starkville. They provide a carefree lifestyle for seniors where they can pursue new interests, enjoy fine cuisine, and cultivate lasting friendships. Happy to have them in the parade.
Absolutely. Coming up next, DYW of Starkville Apex ACPA Dance Company. Maggie Martin, the daughter of Andrew and Anna Catherine Martin, is the current Distinguished Young Woman of Starkville for the class of 2025. She was also named as a top 10 finalist of DYW of Mississippi, receiving first alternate overall, a self-expression preliminary, and also an overall scholastics preliminary scholarship for DYW of Mississippi. So ACPA saw its start as Dancing Feet Academy by Glenda Clark. Many of you may remember that. In August of 2024, ACPA became home to Peak Athletics and Doghouse Gymnastics. The separate design allows Peak to primarily focus on other areas of dance. Great to have them in the parade tonight.
Great looking float, too. Next up, Starkville Steelers. The Starkville Steelers are a Little League Pee Wee football cheer team. Now, this organization was established in 2018. We love it in Steelers Nation, and we welcome our newcomers with open arms. But let me also say, being from Pennsylvania, this is near and dear to my heart, having the Starkville Steelers sort of replicating my Pittsburgh Steelers. So Merry Christmas to the Steelers.
And we love during the Pee Wee football season, you see the football players out there, but you also see the cheerleaders. They're there as well, cheering on the team. So great to have them in the parade tonight.
Yeah. Back when I did play football, you always look to see if the cheerleaders were watching. So.
Of course. All right, next, the Mount Pelier Baptist Trail Explorers, a group of young men comprised of ages 8 to 13. As trail explorers, they learn how to handle the challenges of life and to develop their spiritual and mental growth as it relates to decision making. Again, these young men are from Mount Pelier Baptist Church here in Starkville. Great float there.
And next up, we have the MSU Vet Medicine, their furry friends in regal robes. Now, since the day the Mississippi State University College of Veterinary Medicine opened its doors, they've made it their responsibility to provide a higher standard of living, not just for the animals and those involved with their care, but for all people. And they continue to invest in Mississippi and the region, improving education, health, and economic viability, as well as do their part to make a difference in our country and our world. And we have had to use their services, and it's heartbreaking when you have to take your pet to the vet school, but the professionalism and compassion they provide is just...
We are lucky to have that level of expertise in our community.
Absolutely.
The tree is fantastic, but the little guy is following behind.
Yes.
That's the true star of this entry. And they're all wrapped up for the weather, too. I love that.
They are. So did you know for the first time at the Kennel Club at Christmas Day, a pug won, and as a pug owner, I was happy to see Vito the pug win Best in Show.
You have 2 pugs, don't you?
Well, no, we can't. One of them has gone to the
okay.
pug heaven in the yeah.
Yes.
Woo.
All right. We love our director in our ear. That's my favorite part of doing this broadcast. So coming up next, we've got Cub Scout 14. Starkville's Cub Scout Pack 14 is sponsored by the Starkville Rotary Club and is celebrating its 62nd birthday this year. The program teaches confidence and helps children to overcome fears, build friendships, and grow skills. We love all these youth groups that are in this parade tonight.
They had the finest pack in America. They declare on their banner there.
That's what it says.
Absolutely.
I believe them.
And if you've got something bugging you this Christmas, these are the folks to talk to. Northeast Exterminating. No one likes having bugs in their home, right?
It's the call you don't want to have to make, but you might.
Well, it's the call that you need to make because the bugs are there, whether you see them or not.
That's
so
exactly
you
right.
can count on Northeast Exterminating to drastically cut down on the bug population.
And the good thing about them, though, is that you don't have to just call them when there's a problem. They help you sort of maintain throughout the year to kind of keep the bugs away. So
absolutely,
that's happy. All right, Girl Scout 2320 is sponsored by First United Methodist Church of Starkville, one of only a few multi-age groups still in existence in Mississippi, and the only multi-age troop in Starkville. It's made up of girls from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. This is the Girl Scout Troop T20320. I'm going to say it that way. That makes a little bit more sense. And they look like they're having a ball.
Yeah, I like the theme. That was a white Christmas,
yes.
even down to the tree.
All the snowflakes and the snowman. Perfect.
They've been infiltrated by the Starkville Steeler group.
I wonder if they have any cookies on that float.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Very shortly here, our Grand Marshal is going to join us for a few moments.
But in the meantime, let's check out the First Baptist Church float. The First Baptist family loves our Starkville community. They want to help all celebrate the origin and true reason of Christmas. They're thrilled to showcase Jesus the Christ, who was born in a barn and placed in a manger 2,000 years ago. We hope and pray that you and your family have a wonderful celebration of the birth of Christ. And you're invited to join First Baptist for worship on Sundays at 8:30 and 11:30 with community groups at 9:45. And they'd love to have you join us for special services on Christmas Eve at 3:30 and 5 o'clock. And speaking of special, we have the Grand Marshal of the Christmas Parade here. Roy, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
Is this your first Grand Marshal gig?
It is in Starkville. I did
In Starkville?
Yeah, a couple of them before, but the first one in Starkville.
Well, look, you had a fantastic career in the majors.
Thank you.
And you really could have decided to retire anywhere. Why'd you come back?
You know, this is home. This is where I grew up. I grew up about 30 miles away, and always been a Mississippi State fan. Signed to come to college here, and the Astros had a little say to that, so I didn't get to come. But I would have been a Bulldog, so it's always great to come home.
We love that you've got the successful business, the restaurant here, which is really the site for a lot of special occasions for people. Talk about being in the restaurant business here.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to do something a little different than everyone else, and Starkville's been lacking upper end type restaurant, and it's not a real big place. You know, we seat about 75 or 80 people, but the guys, you know, the people here have been supporting it really well. Got a great staff. Cook's been doing a tremendous job, and everybody seems to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
So, are you still tethered to baseball at all? Are you working with kids, or are you working Mississippi State? What are you doing baseball-wise?
I still do a little bit with the Astros here and there. You know, sometimes I go to spring training and do a little bit of spring training with them for 2 or 3 weeks, help some of the younger guys, and try to stay around the game as much as possible. It's just when you have 3 kids of your own, you chase them around a lot. So been pretty busy. I got one in college, one that's going to be a senior next year, and then my youngest one, she's going to be a 9th grader. So it's starting to slow down a little bit, but not as much as it was.
Well, I know you don't miss the traveling in baseball, but what parts of being in the big leagues do you miss?
You know, the competition is the biggest thing, and you're 35 years old. I was 36 years old when I retired, and you feel your body tells you can't do it, but your mind tells you can. So you forget about, you really miss the the competition. The travel, not so much. You know, you live out of a suitcase for 20 years. I left home when I was 19 years old. I retired when I was 36. So I've been on the road all my life pretty much, and I lived in every hotel you can imagine. And so after a time period, you know, it starts getting like, you know, these four walls are closing in on you. But it was a great time. You know, when I was in the minor leagues, I got to go to the Olympics in 2000. We won a gold medal in Sydney. It all kind of started from there, and everything just kind of took off from AA.
Well, we are glad that you have made Starkville home. And Jeffrey and I, have the pleasure of presenting with you the official plaque for being the Grand Marshal of the 2024 Starkville Christmas Parade. So thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we appreciate your continuing contributions to the community.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Bob.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That is our 2024 Grand Marshal. Great to have that conversation.
Marshal.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, we've got varsity cheer, I believe, from Starkville High School coming through. And then just after them, we've got the Starkville High School band that's coming in. Yes, as a matter of fact, you see the Mary, the little girl with Mary. That one belongs to me.
All right.
Yeah, so she's part of the Starkville High School band, but they're here. They're getting ready for a really big performance coming up in a couple of weeks down in Natchez that they've been invited to. So excited to have them here.
Well, Starkville High School in general is known for excellent programs, but the band in particular is just always rated excellent. That's a tribute to Sean Sullivan and his team, Kathy Baker, Trenton Brown, Kyle Hickey, and Demario Jefferson, and C.J. Kemp. I know they work hard, but it shows, and it's something for everyone to be proud of. Were you in the band?
I was in the band. I played the flute, and I was on the color guard.
Well,
enjoyed it.
My wife was a flag, what are they, the flag girl, flag twirler, so yeah. So.
I think are we gonna listen in on them just a little bit here? They're playing a classic there by Donny Hathaway this Christmas.
Why don't you sing along? All right, next up, OCH Regional Medical Center. They've proudly served the greater Triangle area now for over 50 years, serving as a trusted healthcare cornerstone for generations of family. Known for their commitment to quality and compassionate care, OCH provides a broad range of advanced medical services to meet the needs of the community.
All right, coming up next, Amy Myers, a realtor here in Starkville. She's riding in a 1951 Jeep Willys. It's an heirloom, lovingly made into what's called a resto mod. Amy's husband, Adam, inherited it from his grandfather. Adam did all the work himself to make the truck into what it is today. I believe we would call that vintage.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
love that Jeep. Love that Jeep. Coming up next, the Air Force ROTC Detachment 425 at Mississippi State. Building on the deeply rooted military history of MSU, Air Force ROTC Detachment 425 develops leaders of character for tomorrow's United States Air Force and Space Force. This year, Air Force ROTC celebrates 75 years at Mississippi State. Over those years, Detachment 425 has commissioned, wait for this, over 1,000 officers, including 11 who have gone on to become general officers.
Wow. All right. Oh, that's Miss MSU there. Yep, that's Miss Mississippi State University.
Yeah, she snuck in there on us.
Yes, she did.
Looking good.
Yes, recently crowned and will be representing Mississippi State University at the Miss Mississippi pageant coming up in 2025.
And look at this, the Mississippi State University Eco Car. Now this is a famous program, famous vehicle. The Eco Car competition provides students of all majors valuable hands-on experience and knowledge that industry engineers and executives have said to be the equivalent of industry experience and more. The Eco Car team was the only team to ever be able to acquire full points at the AVTC Eco Car competition history. 100% job placement for graduate students and 90% plus job placement for undergraduate students.
Impressive group. All right, here we come with Miss Starkville Teen. I believe this is going to be Crosby Taylor. And also Miss Starkville 2025. Carolina Heathcock is also there. And then Miss Heartland 2025 is Delazia Ott. So we've just got a little parade of queens going on right now.
certainly
We'd love
do.
to see them. And they've got the royal wave going perfectly there.
Well, they need the royal robe. It looks it looks like it's a little chilly there right now, but
That doesn't bother a queen. It doesn't. They're iced all over. It doesn't matter.
I'll take
The
your word
cold
for
never bothered them anyway.
Oh,
You've
I
not
like
seen
it.
the movie.
Wow. Wow.
We love seeing them. Love seeing them in the movie.
And yeah, and also I think we have the Bank of Kilmichael coming in here. And they're a
That's-
pretty recent addition, but we are happy to have them in the parade.
All right, the horse group that's coming up next here, a trio of horses. Miss Aubrey Oswald, daughter of Roy, our Grand Marshal, riding on a smoke. Kinley Childress is on her horse named Boots, and Kaylee Childress is on her horse Highway 64. Good-looking horses there.
They are good-looking horses, and they've got blankets and robes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I thought Bill Gamble was in the parade there for a minute. It's the abominable snowman.
All lit up too
Starkville
appropriately.
Uti-
It's Starkville Utilities.
Yeah, boy, the electric meter's turning on this one. My
Boy.
goodness, Starkville Utilities
Yes.
working hard to keep the lights on, water running. I tell you, they are in the middle of an ambitious program to replace these 100-year-old water lines in the city and trying to get Starkville up to speed and up to date. So,
When you see these signs, pardon our progress, it just means that good work's being done to make it better for all of us.
yeah, well, you know, there he is. The reason we are here
That's
tonight, the
right.
big Roy Oswald may be the Grand Marshal, but he's not Santa Claus.
He is not Santa Claus.
So-
This is the star of the Starkville Christmas Parade. This is the star of, Christmas for a lot of us, this guy here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
The road to the North Pole runs through Starkville, I take it, Jeffrey?
it does. And, even in my advanced old age, when I can't help but just really get in the spirit when I see Santa in the parade and all the
Yes.
great floats and, you balance this with the manger scenes, and every Christmas means something different to everybody, and a
Absolutely.
combination of things to offer, probably for most of us, right?
That's exactly right. It's fun, it's spiritual, it means so many different things to so many people. So this has been a wonderful parade tonight. Just a really great look at all the organizations and schools across the city of Starkville, putting them on display here tonight.
Yeah, well, and another shout out to the MSU TV Center and David Garrow and his crew. I've never seen the Starkville Parade look as beautiful as it did this evening.
This has been a first-class production, absolutely. The entire team here has been great.
Yeah, and
And
Mark McGee and the folks here at the Hub for hosting us this evening.
Absolutely, and we've got a special guest joining us
Yay.
now. I'm going to give you this microphone. Hunter Harrington is joining us now.
Hey everyone!
How fun has this been?
I've been on and off of tears the whole time. So every time a band comes by, I get emotional, and all the lights and seeing everybody out here, there's just something special, and it gets you in the mood for sure.
Well, the
So-
partnership is a big part of not just the parade, but just the downtown in general. And Starkville has such a vibrant downtown, and I've
Yes.
traveled the state, and not every community can say that. So thanks for the work that you and Mike and the Paige and the crew, Pages and all the crew.
pages,
that-
Candy,
yeah.
Mike, yes. So
Yes.
if you add up all the events and everything, it's over 100 events throughout the year.
Now,
so
Hunter, you need to turn around
Oh,
so the
I need
folks
to turn
can
around.
see you.
Oh,
Yes.
hey,
Yeah, there you
here
are.
I am.
It just
there-
never stops, though, does it?
So yes, it never stops. But the Main Street, the Chamber, Economic Development, and Tourism, we all come together, and we're just so proud of Starkville. Starkville's growing. It's a great
Well,
time to be in Starkville.
Yes.
It doesn't
Businesses
happen by
are growing.
accident. It
Well,
doesn't happen
thank
by
you.
accident. So
So-
thanks for the hard work.
Yes, well, we
Yes.
all work together to make it great.
So when you think
Yeah.
about preparing for this parade and seeing it be as successful as it was, what are the
Yes.
thoughts you have tonight?
I mean, like I said, you just look out and you just try to take a mental picture and just enjoy the moment, because it does take a lot of work. And Paige Watson, I'm looking at her over here. She got me on here, but she's the
She's
one
been
that
There
gets
she
texting
me
us.
on
is.
She's been
here.
texting
There
us
she
all
is.
night.
Yes,
Yes.
because she is the one that organized this parade, and I think, the parade just ended. I think she'll start working on next year's parade like
I think
Monday.
so. Yeah.
So it's
Monday?
A year.
No. It's first thing in the morning, Paige. Get to work.
Yes. So, anyways, it takes a lot of hard work, and
Yes.
so our whole staff just enjoys it, and it just kicks off the Christmas season
Yeah,
for
I was
sure.
going to say, this sort of kicks it off for everybody and
Yes.
gets everybody in the spirit to, just enjoy their families
I
and shop
know.
downtown Starkville.
Yes, shop downtown Starkville. We just got through Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. I'm just like, this is great. So people are out shopping. I heard we've had record shopping days for some of our businesses,
That's
so that was
wonderful.
great. And so we have new businesses downtown, and yeah, we would just love for you to get out and keep shopping until Christmas Eve.
You
So-
still have time to go out and find that perfect gift,
yes.
Jeffrey.
That perfect gift.
Hey, I heard
According
the
to my
jewelry
wife,
store,
it doesn't exist.
The jewelry store tomorrow is having an event tomorrow night, so you should check that out.
You're breaking up.
So,
You're breaking. Well, look,
So-
thank
Thank you,
you
Hunter.
very, very much.
yes, well, thank y'all for having me. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, this
Y'all
has
are
been
an
this
asset
has
to the
been so much
community
fun.
too. So thank you for all you do.
We appreciate it.
Well,
Thank you.
let me just say that it's really been an honor working with you here, and it's sort of like being back at the TV
It
station.
does. It feels like old times, doesn't it?
Yeah, and of course, we talked about all the people who made this possible, and I'm sure we missed a lot. But we also want to thank you for viewing this evening and being a part of the Starkville community, folks. It takes all of us. And it's
Absolutely.
nights like tonight that remind me of what a great community it is.
And some people really didn't want to come out to brave the cold, so we hope that we helped you feel like you were right out here on Main Street with us tonight. It was a wonderful production.
And Merry Christmas to
Merry
you.
Christmas to you also.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody.